Welcome, Taurus, to your tarot reading for the week of April 26th. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Hope you all are doing fantastic out there. So what do we got going on here? I'm going to pull a major arcana for the overall energy of the week and then take a look at how the week moves forward. Let's see what we got going on. Ooh, the Tower. Now, to me, I can say honestly, yes, the Tower is a hard card. No doubt about it. But it also can be a really good card because it allows you to start from scratch. So there may be something that completely, maybe we'll dig into it, but this is going to be about change. It's going to be about sudden change. It's going to maybe in some way make you feel like, oh shoot. Now let's see what it brings in and how the week goes. Keep in mind, this is a weekly reading, and that's what we're looking at, the energies for the week. I say that because sometimes when a tough energy comes in, it's not always resolved in the week, right? So let's take a look at the energies for the week. What do our Taurus need to know? Week, oh, I just made a bunch go wonkus, cattywampus here. Sorry about that, Taurus. I know, like, you're all going, I know, Taurus. You guys are somewhat particular. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, Magician, Page of Cups, Judgment. Wow, the Judgment is an interesting energy, especially with that, with the, the Tower there. So there is a rebuild, but let's see, because you got the Page of Cups. That could be your Tower moment. Well, let's dig in. Okay, so what you don't see is Ace of Pentacles. There's something new beginning here. So yeah, that's good. Unexpected. Wheel. That's good too. When I get the Tower, anything that shows forward movement is good. So challenge. That's why I'm saying it's good. Challenge. Six of Wands. Okay, that makes sense. I'll explain. And what else do we need to know for Taurus? Okay, Nine of Wands. So yeah, Magician, starting the week off. So you feel like you're in like complete power, right? Like that's the Magician, having all of the tools, feeling like you could do anything. Then that Page of Cups feels like it could be an offer that comes in. So pages bring offers, bring messages, and this page is like a very joyful page. And then you have the Judgment card, which kind of tells me too, like things are like starting to pick up, but I'm not sure exactly what that Tower is about. I'll show you the cards as I read them one, but I'll show it to you. But here's a Magician. The Magician is that energy of feeling like you're very accomplished. You've got this. You've got all of the tools. I don't think it's anything like, I mean, it could be deception too, honestly. So with the Tower sitting there as your overall energy of the week, this could be deception, and that could be the offer you need to be careful of. But let's double check that. Give me two cards to clarify. This Magician, we've got Queen of Wands and the Strength card. So this could be like the Queen of Wands would represent a fire sign. It's usually Leo, and so is the Strength card is Leo. So, but the Queen also could just be any fire sign: Aries, Leo, Sag. But there could be someone that comes in, and I feel like what's interesting, you may actually feel like you can do anything because of this energy. So if you're embracing that Queen of Wands energy, that's the energy of not being afraid to be out there, allowing yourself to be in the limelight, having that positive, like not positive, not necessarily that anyone else has negative, but she's very motivated, very excited, very passionate about everything she does. So there is that excitement level. The Strength, though, is that hanging in there level. It's a complete kind of opposite energy, honestly. The Strength is subtle. It's strong, but it's subtle. So there is like this feeling where I do feel like you're going to be, and I feel like more so than this person being deceiving to you, you're going to embrace that strength. that Queen of Wands strength, the strength card as well, but the Queen of Wands passion, excitement. But I'm really curious about this tower because I'm not getting what this tower is really. You know what? I'm going to clarify it. Knight of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this absolutely could be a move that's changing up on you. Knight of Wands is also travel. The Queen of Pentacles is stability. So there is something here that there's something that's affecting. Could be your home, job. Tell me about this Page of Cups in the middle of the reading, middle of the week. Seven of Wands with the Knight of Clarity. So that's really interesting. This, I do feel like this is the Tower. So I do feel like there is something that comes in and it feels like an offer. It feels like a really good offer. However, the cards that clarify it aren't good. Seven of Wands, not that they're negative, they're just not good cards to clarify. Seven of Wands with the Knight of Clarity, which is Knight of Swords. Seven of Wands, really feeling like you have to stand up for yourself, like really putting that energy in. And the Knight, this can be chaotic energy. So this is your Tower. There is some kind of offer coming in that's going to put you on your back foot. And when I say back foot, like you're just going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. So something is changing here. And that Knight is going to be key to that. Let me see. Let me pull a runic. Anything more on this Page of Cups? What's happening to our Taurus in the middle of the week? Let's see if we can get some more energies here because I think this is the important. So we got the Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands again. I pulled those on this. So this is your Tower moment. And then you've got the Six of Swords. So there is something here where you could be moving. This could be affecting you as far as home. I do believe that. And some of you, this could be where you have to move. Now, you could have to change jobs. You could have to take a trip. You could have to do something. But it feels like there is an offer that's pushing you away from stability almost. And it might be just pushing your buttons. So let's look at this Judgment at the end of the week, feeling renewed, feeling kind of like that, getting that feeling back. This can be a recovery from the Tower, feeling like, oh, things are changing, but this is okay. Let's see what the Judgment is. Oh, I don't want to go back to this. What is the Judgment? Judgment. Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, awesome. This is a new beginning and it is something that you've been working on. So even though that Tower happens, you are working on something that feels really good and you are going to move forward with it at the end of the week. But the Page of Pentacles says that you've been working really hard at it. So it's not something that you'll be aware of this. It's not something you're not aware of. It's really interesting though, because you bounce back from that change pretty quickly. However, you do have some outlining cards that might feel like a struggle. Ace of Pentacles is what you don't see. Whatever is happening here in the middle of the week, whether it's good or bad, because sometimes the Tower is a good thing, it's affecting a new beginning for you. There's something in the works that you don't know yet. Ace of Pentacles. This could be like a work opportunity. This could be money coming in. And by being in the what you don't see is this energy is starting up. You might not notice it yet. Death and Devil. Wow. There's something here about a change and it could come from some kind of addiction. So I think these two are good together because the Death card is that transformation, shedding old skin. The Devil is addiction. So there's something here where you're shedding something that no longer fits into your day to day. And that's what's going to bring in a new opportunity because you're able to do this. There's some really interesting week here for you, Taurus. There's a lot of interesting energy. You have the Wheel in the unexpected. This is another move card for me, honestly, but this is like moving forward. You know, time doesn't wait, you know, time moves. And I always see the wheel as forward movement, not necessarily bad to good, not necessarily good to bad. This is where you're at now. Things are moving forward. So it's not necessarily going to something better. Now, I will say the wheel is more of a faded card. You're headed in the right direction, even if it feels hard. So you got the Eight of Cups with the Six of Swords. Okay, so some of you are seriously moving here, and some of you are moving away from a bad situation. This tower starts it. This tower starts this. The Eight of Cups, walking away from a situation. The wheel, forward movement. Six of Swords, forward movement. Definitely things are changing. That Six of Swords you're headed in the right direction, especially with this judgment at the end of the week. But this is not going to be an easy middle of the week for you. Because things are changing and you're headed into something better. But that right before you get there, it can seem really hard. So your challenge is the Six of Wands. It's recognizing what you need to change. Now, remember, we had the Devil and the Death card. You need to shed some skin. You're going to need to recognize that that skin needs to be shed at some point, because if you really want this new opportunity, something needs to change. Tell me about this Six of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Cups with the Knight of Clarity. Yeah, you've got to recognize the difference in what you love and what's really important versus what, like the Knight is reminding me like of material, like getting, what you think you want. And so there is some kind of recognition here, but there's a lot of movement happening. So some of you are physically moving, traveling, changing, definitely. So Nine of Wands is your overall energy for the week. This is not going to be an easy week. It doesn't mean you can't get through it. There's going to be some ups and downs, but the nine always is that reminder that, yeah, you may be tired and it may feel very hard, but you're not, you can still move forward. You still have that. And that's the important thing with that Nine of Wands. So what is the advice for our Taurus for the week of April 26th? I'm going to use the Enchanted Map Oracle. That is the Dragon's Lair. I just got this for Aries. I think it was Aries. Literally. So this is basically, yeah, this is not going to be easy. Is basically what it says. It's not going to be easy, but if you want, if if you're not up for change, then just hang out and nothing will ever change. You are always protected and divinely diverted. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating. Like the danger you feel before a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there's greater value in risk taking and remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. In other words, I mean, anytime we take risks, it's scary, but it looks like you might be taking a risk towards the middle of the week. I'd be curious, like, let me know, leave me a comment and let me know how that resonates with you. So there you go. Take care. Hit that thumbs up button. Give me a comment. Have a beautiful day.